Hey everyone, ShabbyMania here, and welcome to the final part of ShabbyMania, the final part of raising the final video from SWE from WWE 2K18. This is it, the moment we've all been waiting for, the final, the big finale. And that was a crap intro. But of course, this episode is all about one match and one match only, the fatal four-way Ironman match for the Rising Championship. AJ Styles defending here against Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Kazuchika Okada. Of course, the rules of this one are 30 minutes, the most pinfalls or submissions against your opponent wins. There are no countouts, there are no disqualifications. So this should be pretty interesting. Now I'm going to have to try and keep track of this myself because I don't believe the game actually tells you. I don't know if the game's actually going to have a timer on the screen sometime. I think it does now, I think. I hope it does because that will really make things a lot easier for us. I'm going to try and keep track of who's pinned who and that sort of stuff on a piece of paper I have in front of me. And hopefully we'll get through this one. Now, I've got to try and talk over Nakamura's intro a bit more than normal because, yeah, it still keeps copyrighting me. I think my last 3 or 4 videos have all been copyright claimed because of Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance. I'm like, what a dude. What an absolute dude. Yeah, he's a cool dude, isn't he? But yeah, just milking all of our money away. Like, not that we actually get any money from this. Like, get literally a few pennies here and there if we're lucky. But better than nothing, I suppose. Better than nothing. It all gets reinvested. WWE 2K19 is coming out very, very soon. Of course, we have it pre-ordered. We have the special edition. So we do get the extra bits and bobs, the extra wrestlers and all those sort of things. And, of course, Ronda Rousey and Rey Mysterio on release day, which would be nice. Although I still begrudge paying extra money for Ronda Rousey when she should be on the game, I'm afraid. She debuted back in January. Why on earth is she not in the game? This is, in my opinion, a piss take, to be honest. But that's what they're all about. They're all about ripping us off over and over and over again. That's just the way the world works in the world of WWE and 2K. It's annoying, isn't it? It really is annoying, but hey ho, I think I don't mind paying for extra content. I mean, if you're going to throw some extra people at me, I've got no problem with it. But making me pay for people who are on the roster when you advertise the game as what should be on the roster, then I do begrudge it. I really do. And it does annoy me. I just... is that if you're all advertising everybody on the roster as being on the game, then to make you pay extra for the likes of Ronda Rousey and even some of the NXT guys, I'm like, there's not even any Tommaso Ciampa on the game, which is still a very sore point for me. There has been some speculation that he's requested to not be on the game, but I don't think he has that power. When you sign a contract with WWE, you sign over your image rights, and that's why they're allowed to make t-shirts and everything with your face on. You might get a cut from that, but you've signed over your image rights, so there's no reason why you could be kept off that game if you wanted to. I don't see it. I think literally, I really think it's been an oversight. I think he was out injured for a chunk of last year, and they've sort of gone, oh well, this guy's not been there for a while, let's take him off. The same thing we've done with people in the past. There's no point in keeping them on the game if they're not going to be there. But I think with this one, this is the problem when they've got people making a game, and I just really seriously doubt that the people making this game are real actual wrestling fans, because they would know that sort of stuff. them sort of people would understand the situations that are going on. I just don't understand it myself. But Again, Nikki Cross again is another one. Why Nikki Cross is not on the game is absolutely stunning to me. It makes absolutely zero sense to me at all. She's one of the main names in the women's division NXT at the moment, and still, we're going to have to now get a call for her again. It's just, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But we'll cross that bridge as we come to it. I'm sure we'll be able to get a core for her. I'm sure she'll be quite a common core, but to be honest, the female cores on this game are still not great. I mean, the male cores, the majority of ones can be very good, depending on the body size, but the female ones can just be absolutely shocking sometimes. It's not good at all, I don't think, but we'll see. We'll see how we get through it in 2K19. If it does become an issue, then we'll have to just maybe really reduce the women's divisions on whatever we use, unless we have more on the game, I suppose. But hopefully we can get some good stuff out of it. I'm looking forward to it now. It comes out in only a couple of days' time for you guys. I'm recording this a few days beforehand, so for me, I've got a few days break before this video being done and the new game coming out. And as soon as it does, like I said, we'll crack on with our brand new universe mode that we have planned for you. We'll give you some ideas on that on release day. I plan on putting out the roster concept video, which is going to be a new thing we do this year. We're going to do a concept video for the rosters, and then it will give you guys a chance to sort of get involved with the roster, get involved to see if there's any suggestions you guys have for people you'd like to see on that roster, or anything that you think would suit that roster, and then we'll do a proper roster introduction. So the concept video, I think, will be coming out on... I think it would have actually already come out, to be honest. Yeah, it would have already come out. Thinking about it, because I think I'm going to do it straight after this, I think. So, yeah, the roster concept video would have already come out, so you can go and check that out, and you'll find out our first universe mode we're going to be doing in WWE 2K19, and you can contribute to that. Like I said, if I've missed anyone you think off the off of the concept roster, then you let me know in the comment section in there, and we can get them added, ready to go for WWE 2K19. The times are coming, the times are changing, and I hope that... I think we've gone through things now, and as we've developed through this universe mode and several other, we're starting to really hone down what really works for us, the formula that works. I think the 3-match shows definitely works for me. It shortens the episodes and makes it easier for you guys to watch, I believe. So that's something we'll probably stick with. And also I think shorter universe modes is one that I've mentioned as well, and that is just to make sure we can get more universe modes done across the entirety of the 2K19 lifespan. So that way, I think, like I said before, if we do 20 episodes in each one, that's 5 weeks, which means that we could probably do about, is it like 11 or 12 or something like that? One every 5 weeks, which is, well, 10 would be 50 weeks. So yeah, we'd probably get 10 out the way, and then maybe a couple of tournaments in between, just to tidy things together. I think it'd be pretty good, actually. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can pull out. I think there's a lot of plans that I've got for this one. Some very interesting rosters. A few new rosters as well, which you guys, again, can get involved in should you wish to. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting. And hopefully it's going to be a much more balanced game. There's going to be a lot less glitches. There's going to be some nice new features. Hopefully they've fixed some of the dodgy match types. I'd love to see the AI actually be a bit more intelligent during the Hell in a Cell matches and so forth, which I believe there has been an improvement for Hell in a Cell, making it easier to get outside the cell, and also they've improved cage matches and that as well. So hopefully we've got a bit more stuff we can use, because gimmick matches don't tend to work too much. AI versus AI. They're fine for one player versus computer, that's not an issue, but AI versus AI, they tend to struggle. We do have a counter, which is going to save me a bit of time and a bit of effort, so that's good. What am I doing here? I'm getting a phone call. Always handy. That is Mr. PJ Tovey phoning me there. Obviously excited because FIFA comes out in a couple of hours. There you go, I'm just dating the video there for you. FIFA's being released in a couple of hours, so he's excited. So we've got 30 minutes, most pinfalls or submissions in that 30 minutes will get the victory. I'm not expecting any pinfalls for like the first sort of 10 minutes or so. I remember we did this once in last year's game, I think it was. And it was an amazing, amazing match. It really, really was. I believe it finished... with... Was it only a couple of minutes left, I think? Yeah, it was like 10 seconds left. And there was a pinfall that got the victory. And that was really, really good. But there we go. Nice German suplex there, and all 4 men in the ring. And AJ looking quite happy with himself, and I think one of the things you want to do in this one is probably retain as much energy as you can. You don't want to go too over the top. Otherwise you could end up tiring yourself out early on and becoming an easy target a bit later on in the match. And Nakamura's got the right idea. He's been dropped to the outside there. He's getting no rush to get back in the ring at all. He's, of course, yeah, you can break the pins up, of course. You don't want other people to get points and pull away, do you, really? So it's going to be interesting. I would personally, right, I would like to see AJ Styles win this one. And not for any other reason, but I just really want at least one championship to be successfully retained, to be honest. Is Styles going for a phenomenal forearm here? Let's be early on if he does. Yes, he does, and he hits it as well. And Nakamura and Okada on the outside. AJ could get the pin here early on. 1, 2. Oh, it's a kick out by Daniel Bryan. I thought AJ might have got the early pin there. Bryan with a stiff right hand to the back of the head of AJ Styles now. Brings him into the hip toss. Nice regalplex there by Nakamura on Okada. I remember these 4 guys all involved in the World Cup all got pretty far as well. Nakamura and Okada are on the same team, and of course Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles on the same team as well. Got the reversal to the Tombstone Power Driver, and oh, it's Nakamura Tombstone Power Driving Kazuchika Okada. It's all going down now. Nakamura now sending Bryan into the corner, and then got caught with the drop kick to the side of the head there by AJ Styles. AJ went for the pin on Daniel Bryan, but Okada saw it coming. Looks like people are getting finishers quite quick on this one. I'm surprised, to be honest. I mean, we're only 4 minutes in. We've seen some pretty high impact moves already, but it's still 0-0-0-0 at the moment. It's, well, not confusing at all, really. It's quite simple, isn't it, I suppose, but 0-0-0-0. 0-0-0-0-0-0. There's Daniel Bryan now. Oh, gets wiped out there by Nakamura. Nakamura bringing Bryan back up to his feet. Up on the shoulders, but Bryan slides free. As AJ sends Okada back in the ring. Of course, still pretty early on in this match, and I think as time goes on, these people will start to tire, and they will stay grounded for longer, which makes it a lot easier for their opponents to get the pinfalls and submissions, to get the points. AJ now with Okada up on his shoulders. Going to drop him face first on that top turnbuckle pad. Nice boots right in the gut there by AJ on Okada, and now AJ over the top. Nice leg lariat over the back of the head. AJ brings Okada back up to his feet. I thought he might have been looking Yuri-Goroshi there. He does look Yuri-Goroshi and hits it. Into the pin he goes. 1, 2. Oh, only a 2 count. Boot in the back of the back of Okada there by AJ, then into the Inseguri. I think the no count out is a good rule for this one, but you can't have a count out anyway, can you, really? I mean, who would get... I suppose everyone would get a point apart from the one person who was counted out. That would make sense, but that would just be too complicated, I think. It's just better as it is. Okada now taking AJ Styles up into the Tombstone Pile Driver. Okada now with the elbow in the back of the head of Daniel Bryan now. Front chancery locked in. Well, Daniel Bryan instantly locking in the label lock. If Okada taps, then Daniel Bryan will get the first point. But Okada would take less damage. I think that would be a situation, though, if you did get locked into a submission like that this early in the match. I think I would just tap. Unless you can see someone coming to save you. But I think the last thing you want to do is to be sat in that submission for a couple of minutes and end up getting in that much pain. You're going to struggle for the rest of the match. I think you just want to get in and out of it, to be honest. Just accept that you got locked in it and start from scratches. Now Daniel Bryan and Nakamura both working over Okada. That alliance didn't last very long, did it? As now Nakamura with the Ibushi bomb, one, or the logo bomb, should I say. Are in there for a 2 count. There were 23 minutes left, so we're coming up to 7 minutes through the match and still no pinfalls or submissions for anybody. I did say I expected it to be more around the 10-minute mark. We saw the first one, though, so still 3 minutes before I really expected it. As AJ now takes Nakamura up, who rolls it through into the arm drag. Now Nakamura stalking AJ, but got caught from behind by Daniel Bryan. That's the worry of a fatal 4-way. You've got to keep an eye out behind you as well. German suplex there by Okada. Keeps the grip into the Rainmaker clothesline. Now this is an interesting situation. Both Nakamura and AJ have just both been hit by big moves, and Okada does manage to go for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, it's only a 2. It took too long to pin AJ, and he had the chance to recuperate. AJ now stalking from the outside. Phenomenal forearm on Kazuchika Okada. Now AJ probably should have gone for the pin, but saw that Nakamura was still on his feet. Well, this is interesting. AJ's got outside to continue attacking Nakamura. That leaves Daniel Bryan in the ring with the recently grounded Okada. But evidently Daniel Bryan wasn't smart enough to go for it, was he? All 4 guys on the outside now. All 4 guys on the inside now. That's a good little story, isn't it? About people changing locations. Okada maybe looking for another tombstone, but AJ reversed it. And we're coming up to the 10-minute mark now with no pinfalls yet still. Nakamura looking for that reverse suplex, but got broken up by AJ. Now Daniel Bryan breaks it up. They're all still very grabby, like I said before. It's always been that way, hasn't it? In these sort of matches. There's a pin by Daniel Bryan, but Nakamura able to break it up. But now this is the big situation here, the big chance for Nakamura, but Okada's getting back up, which is not going to be the best thing for Nakamura. Now Okada's going to take... I don't know. It's all going a bit messy now, really, hasn't it? All going a bit messy. Nakamura now taking AJ up. Drops him. All 4 guys back in the ring. Now we are past the 10-minute mark. Well, this could be an interesting situation here then. As no, I thought Daniel Bryan and Nakamura were going to go to the outside, but evidently not. Daniel Bryan now looking for that underhook. Nope. Okada breaks free, dropping Daniel Bryan face first now. Going to roll him over into the pin. Everyone's down. This could be Okada's chance to get the first pull. First pull. First pin. See Okada there looking for multiple Germans, but it wasn't to be since AJ broke it up. See AJ now lining up. I think Bryan was going for. I think Bryan might have the best chance here, you know, because if he can lock in that label lock, he could get the point quicker than anybody else can get the pinfall. Look at this, look. Daniel Bryan and AJ both lining up for the same time. Wow. I think it was Bryan who got it. Now AJ taking Bryan up into that brainbuster. This could be AJ's chance. There's the pin. Bryan's down. 1, 2, and 3. And AJ Styles gets the first pin of the episode by pinning Nakamura with, well, let's just say it was the 12th minute. 12-minute mark. There we go. 1-0. AJ Styles with a pin. Should become more frequent now, I think. I mean, people are staying down for longer, aren't they? Kinshasa there by Nakamura, and everyone else is down again. 1, 2, and Okada gets there just in time, which is thankful for everyone, really, I think. Everyone will be happy that Okada got there because it stops Nakamura getting the point. Nice Saito suplex there by AJ Styles on Nakamura. And everyone's rolled out of the ring and left Styles in there on his own. AJ now springboard 450. Bryan with a pin. This could be a chance for Bryan to catch one up as well. It is. Daniel Bryan gets a pin over Okada to make it 1-1-0-0. Okada pin. 14 minutes. Wow. Did Bryan just get a second one straight away? I think he did, you know. I think Bryan got a second there. I'm going to count it. I was still right in the last one. I'm pretty sure Bryan got a tap-out victory there. I'm sure he did. Nice German suplex by Okada. But it's not going to be enough. There's more people on their feet still. Okada, a nice elbow uppercut there by Daniel Bryan. So I think Daniel Bryan's winning this. I'm not 100% sure. You guys will probably have a better idea than I will, but I think Daniel Bryan's winning. I'm sure it looked to me like Bryan had got the submission victory. Nakamura gets the... Oh, no, Nakamura doesn't get the point. Okada sending Nakamura into the corner. So the likes of Okada and Nakamura now need 2 points. They catch up with Daniel Bryan, I think. I'd be embarrassed if this is wrong. AJ now taking Okada up, looking for that Styles clash. This could be AJ's chance because both Daniel Bryan and Nakamura is down. 1, 2... Oh my god, Daniel Bryan got there just in time. Wow, Bryan. I'm sure Bryan's in the lead. And he got there just in time to break that pin up. Nice Okada sending Daniel Bryan face first into the mat. And now AJ with a spiral tap. Nakamura bringing AJ back up to his feet. Oh, AJ there with a dragon screw on Nakamura. Doesn't work out well when there's more people in the ring, but to see AJ and Daniel Bryan just dropping the boots on Nakamura. AJ keeps trying to pick Nakamura up and Daniel Bryan just keeps booting him in the back of the head. We're stuck in some sort of eternal loop now. And again, you see Daniel Bryan locking in the label lock. When Okada managed to get him to break it on the second boot in the face. 12 minutes and 36 seconds remain. I believe, I'm so annoyed at myself that I don't know this for sure. I believe it's 2-1-0-0 in favour of Daniel Bryan. He got a pinfall victory and then succeeded with a submission victory within about 30 seconds of that pinfall. I think. It definitely looked that way to me anyway. But I was too busy writing down the previous result and I bloody missed it, didn't I? I wanted to make sure I was on track, on top of things. So 3 guys re-enter the ring. Nakamura slides back to the outside. Daniel Bryan now with a neck breaker on Okada. Bryan sending Okada into the corner. Nice dragon suplex. Bridges for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, Daniel Bryan almost getting a 3rd point there. And Okada now raining the clotheslines down on Daniel Bryan. Boom. 11 minutes left. We have a little bit of a finisher off here by the looks of it. AJ just Kinshasa'd Shinsuke Nakamura. Nice. There's the pin by AJ, but it's right in front of Okada. What is Okada's... What? What on earth? What? Okay. Well, Okada just stood there and watched AJ Styles get his 2nd pinfall of the match. I don't understand why Okada did that, but that is very, very bizarre in my opinion, but there you go. So 19 minutes in, I make it 2-2-0-0 with the 2 Americans having 2 points each and the 2 Japanese stars having 0 points each. I don't quite understand still why. Just why Okada just stood there and watched one of his opponents get a pinfall victory. It makes no sense to me, to be honest, as AJ now taking Nakamura up into a powerbomb position. Lets him think about it, and then Nakamura decides to that he doesn't want to be up there any longer. Daniel Bryan again, now locking in the bell lock on Okada, and Okada taps. And again, I'm pretty sure that means Daniel Bryan is now 3-2 up, and Okada. See that? Daniel Bryan's got all 3 of his points so far against Okada. All 3. And AJ's got both of his points against Nakamura. It's crazy. Can Nakamura or Okada get a point here? At the moment, the 2 Americans are running away with it. It's going to take a lot of work for either Okada or Nakamura to get back into this one. 3 points to Daniel Bryan. Of course, Daniel Bryan was our first ever Rising Champion. Can he walk out our first ever 2-time Rising Champion? Nakamura fighting back with the uppercuts. Okada now with the front chancery and Oh, so all three of them just teamed up on him there for a second. German suplex by Okada. Followed up with a Rainmaker clothesline. Okada with a pin on Nakamura. 1, 2, and no, Nakamura's kicked out. Oh my god, Okada, if you're not going to get a pinfall then, mate, you've got no chance. AJ, what are you doing, AJ? Come on. And again, Okada just to let him have it. What? I am perplexed here with the sheer stupidity of the AI of this game that just allows one of your opponents to get the pinfall. It just seems to be Okada that just doesn't seem to understand the rules. I was listening to the Colt Cabana podcast again recently, and he was saying about how embarrassed he was recently when he as Daniel Bryan goes to the pin. He was saying how embarrassed he was recently when he was at a recent show, and the referee was getting to the 10 count, so Cabana threw his opponent back in and stayed on the outside, and the referee counted him out. And Cabana said that I've been doing this for years and years and years, and I don't even know the bloody rules. He said I had to get back in the ring myself, but I threw my opponent in the ring and he won by count out. Said luckily we managed to get away with it. The crowd thought it was hilarious and pretended to not know the rules was hilarious, and they restarted the match. But he said it was a genuine error. He forgot the rules, and his opponent got counted out. It was yeah, it's quite funny. I would suggest people watching that if you've not seen it before. It's not watching it obviously, but I'll suggest people listen to it if you've not seen it before, because it is quite a funny podcast, and it gives you a lot of insight into the world of independent wrestling, as well as AJ with a pin now on Daniel Bryan. It's only for the 2 count. So as far as I can tell, although I have every now and again looked away from the screen to check recordings and writing down my information, that sort of stuff, so I can tell it's still 3-2-0-0 in favour of Daniel Bryan. So it stays this way for the next 6 minutes. Daniel Bryan will be your rising champion. Need more people to fight on the outside. Oh, it's down to 2 in the ring now as AJ taking Okada up into the Urigoroshi. If this is a pin here, makes it 3-3. But no, AJ not going for the pin. He's going for the head scissors. Not the wisest maneuver, as Daniel Bryan is now back up on his feet and inside the ring. Oh, stiff right hand by Daniel Bryan to the face of AJ Styles, and Bryan knows he just needs to keep AJ Styles contained on the outside, and he'll just hold on for this victory. If I'm correct with what I thought it was. Oh, Daniel Bryan locking in the bell lock on AJ Styles. If Styles taps, then Daniel Bryan could be out of distance. Oh, but Okada broke the submission up. I'm sure Okada's rooting for AJ here. I think Okada might have got AJ in the pools, because he just seems to allow AJ to do whatever he wants pinfall-wise, and then... That's crazy. Daniel Bryan breaks at the pin once again. Sorry, I should have said Daniel Bryan. Nakamura breaks at the pin from Daniel Bryan on Okada. Bryan just needs to survive for 4 minutes and 42 more seconds. Bryan once again stalking. This time it's Nakamura. And Bryan locks in the bell lock. AJ doesn't even see it because AJ's got Okada up on his shoulders. And Nakamura trying to get there. And Nakamura does get there just in time to break it up. But that could have been 4-2 to Daniel Bryan. I think one more submission win for Bryan would really really put this out of reach, maybe. Nakamura and Okada still without a single point in this match. They're just passengers at this point in time. There's Okada breaking that pin up. I don't know what Okada and that are really helping. Three minutes and 40 seconds left. Oh. Nakamura just destroyed Okada with that boot. There's the pin by Nakamura's AJ sending Daniel Bryan to the outside. And that's what AJ needs him out of the way. And Nakamura's going to follow Daniel Bryan out there. I'm not sure that's the wisest idea. I think he needs to be in the ring, to be honest. There's AJ now stalking Okada. There could be a final twist in this tale. AJ now takes Okada up. Into, there we go. The Styles Clash. There's the pin. 1, 2. And no, Okada's kicked out. Bloody hell. This late in the match, and Okada's just kicked out of a Styles Clash. Nakamura, nice drop kick. The head of Daniel Bryan as Styles now with a phenomenal forearm as well. Nakamura drops straight into... Nakamura trying to steal the point. But AJ knows he needs that point with 2.5 minutes left. AJ needs 1 to draw this match and potentially take it to overtime. If we do go to overtime, we will make it into a one-on-one match, I think, between the two people that are drawing at this rate. I can't see either Nakamura or Okada being ever of them two. Okada now sending Nakamura into the corner. Nice. Hip attack, and Daniel Bryan just allowing the time to run down. 2 minutes remain. As Daniel Bryan sent AJ's shoulder first into the ring post. And Bryan knows he just needs to keep AJ contained for another 1 minute and 45 seconds. Which at the moment he's doing very, very well. Okada dropping Daniel Bryan neck first across that top rope. Okada would love to get a point here at least to mean that he won't finish joint bottom. But I think it might be a little bit too little too late in that point. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Daniel Bryan here lining up Okada. Could put his name on the championship belt here. The running knee strike into the pin. If he pulls this off, then surely 1, 2... Oh, it's been kicked out by Okada again. And of course, Daniel Bryan's got all of his 3 points so far from Okada. Nakamura there was looking for a Kinshasa, I believe, on AJ Styles. AJ just trying to drop in the pin on Okada. You see Daniel Bryan just going mad here now, just trying to contain AJ for as long as he possibly can. AJ, though, taking Bryan up. Underhook brainbuster. And Daniel Bryan rolls out the way. He does not want to get pinned. Because he knows getting pinned would allow AJ to catch him up. AJ backbreaker. On Nakamura there is 15 seconds left. And AJ's... Oh, Nakamura's gone over the top. AJ, you need to do something. No, Nakamura rolls him through. Nakamura trying to get that last minute pin. 1, 2. Daniel Bryan's won it. And Nakamura's got a pin. Oh, Nakamura gets a last minute pin over AJ Styles. No, I was wrong. Oh my god, I was actually wrong. I was actually bloody wrong. It was a draw. I really thought Daniel Bryan got that pin, got that second submission. Well, there we go. It's a draw. It's 2-2. Nakamura with 1 pin. We're going to get this match down to a singles match. Roll the screen change. And here we go then. So both guys have had a few moments to relax and to rest. And now it's down to 1-on-1. I'm still quite confused / embarrassed that I honestly thought Daniel Bryan had this one. I didn't realise that. I was sure that first submission counted. I saw the referee ring the bell, so I'm a bit lost how I've missed that, because I've got, as far as I'm aware, right, and forgive me if I'm wrong, you guys might have to tell me in the comment section down below. I've got AJ Styles down as getting 2 pinfall victories, one over Nakamura at 12 minutes, and one over Nakamura at 19 minutes. I then got Daniel Bryan getting a pinfall over Okada in 14 minutes. A submission over Okada in 14 minutes as well. Then another submission on Okada in 21 minutes. For me, that's 3-2. I don't understand. I must have missed something, or I must have accepted that first submission when it wasn't correct. I don't know. It looked correct to me, as far as I was concerned. I was sure that was correct, but evidently I was wrong. As AJ there taking Daniel Bryan down now. AJ brings Bryan back up to his feet and up on the shoulders now as well. Nice sit out, sidewalk slam style move. Got no idea what it's called, but it's impressive. And now Daniel Bryan slowly getting back up to his feet, but AJ's there waiting for him. And AJ desperately wants to keep a hold of his championship. Like I said, nobody at ShabbyMania so far has been able to retain their championship. AJ would like to be the first person to do so, and AJ now locking in that Yurigoroshi. We've seen it already a few times in this match. And this could be it. This could be the beginning of the end. AJ now willing Daniel Bryan back up to his feet. Bryan's taken a lot over the last 30 minutes. And AJ, phenomenal forearm. Is that going to be enough for AJ to pick up the victory and retain his championship? 1, 2, no. Bryan kicks out. There's still more life in this goat yet. AJ now heads up to the middle rope. Bryan trying to roll away, but AJ waits it out as Bryan gets back up to his feet, and AJ looking for another forearm, I think, by the middle rope, but Bryan saw it coming and slapped him out of the way, but decided not to actually get any advantage from it for some reason. And now Bryan, boot to the leg now, raining the boots into the chest of AJ Styles. And the big roundhouse to finish things off. Rolls him over now into the pin. 1, 2, no. I was about to shout new champion then, but not to be the case. But running knee strike, that could be enough. New champion. 1, 2. Oh, it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter now, isn't it? Daniel Bryan stalking AJ once again up on his feet. Into the corner. Bryan now, I thought this was coming. Over the top. Ducks the clothesline into a running, jumping clothesline of his own. Bryan now brings AJ back up to his feet. Again with a boot now across the chest. Let's hope AJ survives him better than Liv Morgan. And a roundhouse to the side of the head as well. Yeah, if you didn't see that, Liv Morgan got knocked out by Brie Bella. Is it Brie Bella? I'm never sure which one's which. The Bella that's married to Daniel Bryan anyway. Yeah, you know, she's copied a few Daniel Bryan's moves, yeah. She did that to Liv Morgan and knocked her unconscious in the middle of Raw. There we go. Another running knee strike. This has got to be it. 1, 2... And we have a brand new rising champion. The first ever in history 2-time rising champion. There we go. This is... I'm impressed. I'm impressed. And Daniel Bryan's your brand new champion. I think he should have been the champion anyway. I think this game's bugged out because I'm sure that was 3-2. I'm sure all you guys in the comments are going to be like, oh, hang on a minute. No, actually, this happened and I completely missed it. I don't know how I completely... I was watching it the whole way through. I don't understand. I just don't understand, yeah. I don't know. Either way, Daniel Bryan to a new Rising Champion. He became the Rising Champion at the very first episode of Rising, and he becomes a Rising Champion at the very last episode of Rising. One thing that no Rising Champion has ever been able to do, though, is successfully retain their championship. Maybe Daniel Bryan could be the first person to do that when we revisit this video in SWE Rising Season 2 on, of course, WWE 2K19. That, of course, is should you guys vote for it. Now, a little bit of information before we go. I am going to start uploading the SWE... what's the word for it? SWE concept roster playlist as of... Well, it would have already started by now, actually. We're going to be uploading all these different concepts over the next month or so. We've got about 30 odd altogether. Now, I will explain this in one of the videos anyway, but the idea is that you guys will vote like you did before in the previous one where we voted for the next season. We're going to do it a little bit different. Instead of voting in the comment section, we're going to vote by the actual video itself. So the video with the most views, the most likes, the most comments, will be the one that we do next, because that will be the one in my mind that you guys want to see the most. So if you do want to try and push it forward, then, I don't know, view it more times or comment on more times. Whatever you could do to get it go higher up. So that's how we're going to do it. So I'm going to do all the videos in one big playlist, and you guys can just like the videos you want to see and that sort of stuff. And the one with the most likes and comments and views, I'll do some sort of algorithm to work it out. I'll make like the views and the likes be worth more points, and then comments to be worth more points and that sort of stuff as well. So we'll do it that way. Also, in all the concept videos, it allows you guys to have an input in the roster as well. So, for example, I'll give you the concept for the roster. I'll give you the concept roster itself, and then you guys can go, hang on a minute, in the comment section, I believe so-and-so would be perfect for this, or I would like to see a feud between this person and this person on your roster, or I'd like to see this and that and this and that. And that'll be your chance to obviously get yourselves involved as well. So, I think that's all I've got to tell you. This is the end of SWE Rising Season 1. Thank you very much for watching it the whole way. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I hope to see you next week when we start our new universe mode, which you'll be fine that way. You would already know, actually, yeah. It's SWE NXT, if you don't already know. The concept video will be already uploaded, so check out on the channel. And here's to another year of SWE. I've been ShabbyMania with Fact Metro watching, and I'll see you very soon for WWE 2K19. Bye. The one to